Hello, believers. In this video, I am going to tell you about all the players from this captain's event whose performances are very lethal, and those players literally destroy your opponent brutally, as you might know well that these captain's players have extra boosts ability. Not only that, we're also going through all these topics. 1. Best players to take from week 1 of captains and way of filtering best players. 2. Best ever greatest captains cards who are very lethal. So believers, the video is going to be interesting as usual, and before we begin, for amazing contents like this, make sure you have subscribed to the channel and turned on the notification bell icon. Now let's begin with point number 1. Best players to take from week 1 of captains and way of filtering best players. Firstly, I would like to remind you bros, I will give them points out of 3. If I give them 3 points, that specific player is highly recommended, and you can claim that player. If I give 2 points, it's recommended mid, and it depends on you whether to claim that player or not, where if I give 1 point, then you have to think that player is recommended less. Anyway, there are 3 factors which will decide how many points to give, and they are stats and performance of the player, cost of the shards, and relevant time, which means for how many months that player can perform better in game. So bros, firstly, I would like to move with the week 1 of the captain's event. In the number 1 player, we have James, a 110 rating right back who is really cheaper in price. James is very fast and can even dribble well, however he lacks on 4-star skill moves. His defending performances are good as of now, however his stamina is very less, and attacking work rate is high, with defensive work rate is mid, which means he stays mostly in mid and attacking areas when ball is not with him. He has open up fake shot traits and overall great, however. Stamina is a big threat for him and his positioning. You will get him on just freaking 650 shards, and you all know these all players will be discounted if you complete this reward section toddy chapter. So after 5% discount, his price will be just 618 shards. I would say definitely a very worthy card as per the price. One more thing I would like to tell you guys is, our guide told me that this card might not be performing well after 1 month, so relevant time is less, however no one knows whether he will be effective after some time. But still, I am recommending him 2 out of 3, which means I will recommend this guy. Still, we have 3 weeks remaining, so I suggest not claiming any player instantly, as many better players might be coming. So even though I recommended it, wait for it to claim on time. Overall, James is placed on the top 10 right back in our shard player suggester tool, and these rankings are exactly never accurate as different people like different types of cards, but it's just for reference. If you see him in the top 10, you can think like he is top 7 to top 13 right back. Just take reference. In player number 2, we have Forlan, a 111th rating player, and in our website, Forlan is placed on top 15 striker in the recent scenario. Forlan is also very cheap. You can't get this much cheapest 111 rating card, and when the 5% discount is added, he just costs freaking 760 shards. He is the cheapest 111 rating player. Talking about his performances, he is really good. He is pacey and good on dribblings. Smoothness is not matched with the wingers, as his dribbling level is not similar with the meta wingers, but still expect good smoothness in this card. His shootings are also great, has 4-star skill moves, and you can see traits like finesse shot and long shot taker. Right now, in such a small amount of shards, he is definitely worthy, and I recommend him just 2 out of 3. That means mid recommended, but still bros. Performance-wise, he can be good for next 3 months at least, however. Both Forlan, James, and Valverde cards are very expensive in my opinion, and they are not extremely meta, so I don't recommend highly to any of them. Do you know why? It's because if EA brings 113 in anniversary event, then 110 to 111 value will be freaking 200 to 450 shards. So, that time you can take 110 to 111 in crazy cheaper price, and right now, I highly suggest go only for the players who are extremely meta and brutally destroys opposition when it comes to gameplay. Moving to the number 3 player, we have Valverde. He is also 111 and costs 1,250 shards. In discount, he comes on like 1,188 shards, but bros, I am recommending him just 1.5 out of 3 because of his cost. CM costing such a high amount is not good in my opinion, and that also taking him when you know next month you can get 111 and 300 to 450 shards, it's definitely a dumb. Valverde is not a crazy meta card. He comes on top 15 CM, so why will I suggest you to take such a high costly player? That's why this week I don't recommend any of the players. Talking about performance, there were only 3 players who are worthy, but still, if you think for long term and compare them with the way I review players depending on 3 factors I said, I don't think so. You should go for mid players. Just collect around 1,500 shards, which is possible even without opening a 3,000 gems pack, and claim a high meta player in the upcoming week. That's what my suggestion will be about this week 1 player. Now keep in mind that I am still not sure if EA will bring 113 next month or not, but chances are there. That's the reason I gave those suggestions. Now let's move to point number 2. Best ever greatest captains cards who are very lethal. Now you might be thinking like what the fork is uses of these 11 greatest captains players when it's impossible to pack those players right? So don't worry. Even though we can't pack these players right now from the store section, and it's almost impossible to claim them through this 4K shard still in upcoming days, these players will definitely be easy to get. And maybe EA might include them on packs too, since when higher OVR comes, these cards will not be rare anymore. So at that time, many people would search for a review, plus now also many people were asking me, which are the best players to take from this captain's event, and many of you guys are very curious, like what the fork is ability of these players, which is costing 4,000 shards. That's the reason I still decided to test these players, take feedback from some of my guiders, and make this video in a detailed way. Anyway, let me go through each and every good performance player one by one.
Moving to player number 7, we have Lam. 111 OVR greatest captains version is good left back. I think EA should have added a 4-star skill move in this card because it's crazy costly. And after being costly, also putting cons on the card is a really bad thing. Not only that, his physical condition is very low, but still his defending is good and he is active. So I just placed him in the list. Pace is decent and his passing and dribblings are good. He has high attacking and defending work rates. He has a trait called dive into tackles and long passer. Recently, he is like a top 5 left back in the game, and talking about that Zanetti card, he is like top 4 right back in the game. Definitely, if you have previous meta players, then it's not worthy of replacing Zanetti and Lam as they are crazy costly. I would rate 1 out of 3 for both F2P and P2W users. I would have rated negative points, but negative points are not allowed, so yeah, I decided not to do it. In the number 6, we have Gerard. Recently, there are already a lot of center midfielders which are with the old events and still ruling. Anyway, Gerard is like the top 3 center midfielder in the game. His performances are good, but still this card is less attacking focused as per its in-game positioning. He has a lot of traits like long shot taker, playmaker, and outside foot shot. He has 4-star weak feet. I will prefer players like Gullit, Zidane, and Bellingham over Gerard as they are far more cheaper, and in terms of passing, contributing goals, they are much more forward. Overall, he is a good card, but still due to his high cost, I would rate 1 out of 3 for F2P and even for the P2W. In the number 5, we have Ronaldo. 111 OVR greatest captains version of Ronaldo is a great and reliable striker. He is very versatile and active as per work rate. He moves a lot more here and there, and you can feel activeness. Plus, he has a lot of abilities like dribbling, shooting, heading, and not only that, physical. Attributes are also good. This time, the most good thing about Ronaldo card is 5-star weak foot. He is a perfect striker. The cons on this card is step over doesn't feel much more boosted compared to other meta strikers and wingers. Recently, Ronaldo Care is listed on almost all top 3 to top 4 strikers and wingers on our website. I know he is a winger, but still he performs well in the striker version too. In the winger version, there are a lot of wingers who surpass this card, so if you have other good wingers, no need to replace it with Ronaldo, as in winger, I didn't enjoy Ronaldo much. Seriously, 4K shards and EA brought him in a winger version, that's a bit of a bad thing. As the price is high, I would rate 1 out of 3 for F2P and 2 out of 3 for P2W if you can afford.
Moving to player number 4, we have Van Dijk. Van Dijk is the second best defender in the game. If you need a tall guy who has power header traits and is good in terms of heading and jumping, then Van Dijk is best. If your opposition has even mid player, then Van Dijk will cook through his headings. Anyway, he is great at defending and physically is also very strong. Talking about pace, it's 115 and this is an updated pace for the defender. Overall, a great card. I will recommend him 1 out of 3 for F2P and 2 out of 3 for P2W. Moving to player 3, Maldini. Whether it's about playing center back or left back, this guy can cook in both positions and he is best on it. You can consider him as a top 1 center back and like top 2 left back. 138 defending, 126 physical and pace is insane. Also, he has dive into tackles traits, defending work rate is high, a bit height is less compared to other meta defenders, but still this will work out. If you talk about scoring goals from corners, then I don't suggest a player like Maldini, but in terms of fullback and defense, he is definitely the best in the game. As the price is high, I would rate 1 out of 3 for F2P and 2 out of 3 for P2W if you can afford. Now in the number 3, we have Messi. Messi is the best winger in the game, almost top 1 to top 2 right winger. He has got freaking 5-star skill moves and bros, his dribbling pace is insane. You can see 5-star weak feet and all the shooting traits. Dribbling wise, very smooth, and if you perform steal over exit, there is no card you will get better than Messi in my opinion, as his step over boost works very well, and not only that, land change is also good on him. Another best thing on a Messi card is pinpoint, through and lofted passes. So make sure to try it out. As the price is high, I would rate 1 out of 3 for F2P and 3 out of 3 for P2W if you can afford. Finally, we have a King Cruyff in the number 1. Cruyff is the best striker in the game right now, but the saddest thing is, it's crazy hard to get as a free-to-play user, and we can't even pack him through opening different packs in the game. His skills and abilities are incredible. If you are F2P, then I suggest you bros go with that 107 version, as he is still worthy of using. Since it's very hard to get this version, we have no choice. Anyway, he is pacey, and the step-over skill move boost is insane. The working skill moves on these cards are lane change, step-over exit, and the elastico. I felt a bit Cruyff misses a lot of shots compared to other meta strikers if you don't know how to shoot. But I don't mean like he is completely nerfed on shooting. He is very deadly. And also, physicality is a bit cons on him, but in terms of activeness, positioning, and moving forward, he is an excellent card, and you will not get a better striker than this in FC Mobile. Overall, I would rate 1 out of 3 for F2P and 3 out of 3 for P2W if you can afford. Apart from those players, the players like Bruno Fernandes, Madhouse, and Buffon are also good. Actually, Buffon card was saving a lot, but I excluded as his cards. Basically get nerfed, and in past days also that has happened many times. Anyway, I think for the P2W, Cruyff, Messi, Van Dijk, Maldini, and Ronaldo are the ones which are worthy and you can go for, but I am not recommending this event. Even though they have additional boosts, I don't feel that many amazing and insane levels in this greatest captain's card. Price-wise, all these players look like big scam and controversial in my opinion. So believers, that's all for this video. I will meet you with the next one. Till then, your lovely host, Mr. Believer, signs out.